And now look who's here now, the man himself, Pete Hegseth, right here in New York City on the set with me.
Great to be here.
Yeah, got that in nicely. Biden wants to he wants to limit the number of daily entrants to 2,500. How do you know all across that border when you've hit the limit? I mean, I'm joking, but does a bell ring or something?
You're joking because it's not a real thing. It's not a real thing.
No.
Like everyone gets a text, okay, it's 11:43, we've hit our 2,500. Now everybody stop. Get in line for tomorrow. I mean, it's patently absurd.
Yes.
Also, you know, Jay Johnson's been on our network talking about how back in the day, 1,000 people crossing illegally was a huge day. Yeah. So now we're saying 2,500 is the cap. So we're acceptable. 2,000 is acceptable. It's not going to be 2,500. It's going to be way more. It's totally unenforceable. This is a campaign strategy. That's it. They want to turn. They want the cameras off this summer on things like that because it hurts Biden so much. That's all they want.
He's changed the country forever, and we didn't get to vote on it. That's outrageous when you think about that.
Absolutely right.
He's changed this country forever.
Absolutely.
Damage has been done.
You can't undo it now.
No, you can't. All right, next one. It's for you, specifically for you. We've got a doctor who trains school districts in diversity, equity, and inclusion. He says the American flag is becoming a symbol of hate and extremism. She suggests that employees who resist critical race theory should be fired. This is right up your alley, Pete. You've written about it. What do you make of it?
In Joe Biden's Department of Education, she'll get a promotion. I mean, she's saying out loud effectively the logical end state of their belief system, which is that we have a new flag and we change it every year and we fly it. It's the trans flag or whatever flag you want to call it, and it's sufficiently diverse and inclusive and equitable, and that's what we should be teaching our kids. The American flag is rife with problems and strife and colonialism and the patriarchy and stolen land and all the things that's what they teach in history about our own country. We're in uncharted waters, Stuart. You know this. Well, we're trying to keep a country while simultaneously teaching the young people of that country to dislike their country. So this person felt comfortable enough to state these things out loud. Because they're surrounded in an environment where that's the status quo. We have to fight this stuff. We got to fire people like this. This is why Donald Trump said in our interview he wants to end the Department of Education. He's right. It doesn't add utility. These kids can't even read, yet they think, you know, they're being taught at the beginning that America's a bad place.
I got a tweet from the FBI. It says, "We know that diversity makes us stronger." Does it, Pete?
So dumb. I mean, no, it's the exact opposite. And especially in the context of my book, it's the same for the military. Diversity is not our strength. Unity is our strength. Our strength is that we share belief and love of this country, that we respect the founding principles, that we're not perfect, but we're trying to do better, that I don't see you by the color of your skin, but the content of your character. That's what we're striving for. So, yes, diversity of thought is helpful. Diversity of background can be helpful when you're trying to solve certain problems. I get it. But just because you're black and I'm white, or you're Hispanic, or you're a woman, or you're gay and I'm straight, or whatever, that doesn't mean we think outside the box or have a different view or add value. Are we all rowing in the same direction toward a mission? That's what makes us strong.
Well, you've got a book out, just come out, The War on Warriors, Behind the Betrayal of the Men Who Keep Us Free. Is this all about masculinity?
Well, I mean, there's a sentence in the book, Stuart, that says, normal men have fought and won all of America's wars. Prove me wrong. That's a fact. Normal men are the ones 95% of the time who have joined our military and defended our freedoms. That doesn't mean there aren't women that have done amazing things ongoing today. They are. But we're losing the recruitment of those very same people these days because the Pentagon is focused on very different things. And when you lose, it's kind of like the Bud Light problem. You don't want the frat boys, and you think you're going to get it with this new woke group, except there aren't enough lesbians in San Francisco to join the 82nd Airborne. You need dudes from Kentucky and Oklahoma and Ohio who want to join because they love the country, they're masculine, not toxic, but they're tough. And they're black, and they're white, and they're normal guys who will pick up a rifle and fight for the rest of us. And this Pentagon is turning those guys and gals away in spades, and that's why you see a recruiting crisis. And I'm one of them, Stuart. On the back, you'll see, I said, in 2001, I joined the Army to fight extremists. 20 years later, that Army labeled me one. I was labeled an extremist by my unit because of a Christian tattoo I had based on a purge that was happening inside our military.
Really?
No doubt. It's a true story. It's in the book.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I haven't shared it until now. And I didn't know it. I didn't know when it happened.
Did you sign up right after 9/11?
Right before 9/11. And then 9/11 happened, and then it was, okay, game on.
And you were a major in the Army?
I was a major at the end. I served in Iraq for a year, Afghanistan for a year, Guantanamo Bay for a year.
And they labeled you an extremist because you have a Christian tattoo.
Correct. I think it was probably more likely that I was a Trump supporter, or maybe that I worked here at Fox News, and then they used a tattoo as an excuse for it. It was actually to defend the Biden inauguration. My unit was slated to be a part of the defense of the Biden inauguration. Apparently, because I'm a conservative, I couldn't defend a Democrat commander-in-chief.
And it's in the book.
It's in the book. The whole story's in the book. But if the book's not about me. We interviewed dozens and dozens of actively serving guys and gals, and they shared what they're seeing. You can't have a woke military if you want to win wars.
Excellent stuff, Pete. It's a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you very much.
Please come back soon.
Anytime.